Hello, everyone. Welcome to our virtual version of critical thinking in practice. So, I just wanted to make a little video to go over the assignment again, the end of semester's assignment that's taking the place of the last few weeks of class, and also answer any questions that you had. Now, before we do that, we've got to feed my dog Lupa a treat. So Lupa, this is from my COMM 1160 class. I don't know why she's not more interested in this. She normally goes nuts. Lupa. What? You love this. Come on. She's cranky because she's inside all day with us. Oh, okay. It's okay. Well, okay. Let's talk a little bit about the assignment. So, just to go over the assignment again, I'm asking you guys to find two articles of your own. Now, initially, my idea was that you pick a topic and then you have two articles that you find that are on that topic. I've gotten some emails from some of you guys where you've picked two articles that are not on the same topic. That's fine if that's what you want to do. I think it might be a little bit easier if it's on the same topic, but if you prefer to find two different articles on two completely different topics, that's fine. What we do have to make sure of is that both of the articles you choose are, first of all, persuasive. In other words, they have to be articles that actually make an argument. They have a point of view. They're trying to convince the reader of a specific claim. If you try to do a counter argument of a news piece or something that's purely informational, that's really not going to work as well. And it'll be harder for you to write the counter argument. The second thing we want to make sure of, and this is a tricky part, is that you've got to find two articles with thesis statements. In other words, with a big argument, a big claim they're trying to prove that you ultimately disagree with. Because remember, the point of a counter argument is to take apart, dismantle, argue against a claim that you disagree with. If you find a persuasive article, it has an argument, it has a thesis, but at the end of the day, you basically agree with it. You think that you're on side with the author. Again, that's not going to work very well for your counter argument because the whole point is to take apart that argument, to attack that argument, to show why that argument is untrue. So the first thing you guys have to do, the first job working towards the end of the semester, is to find two articles that are persuasive. In other words, they make an argument. They intentionally are designed to prove something to the reader. But they have to be making an argument that you disagree with. Now, once you have that done, once you have got your two articles, the next thing you need to do is you need to fill out, you need to answer in point form that questionnaire, the analysis worksheet that I posted for both of these articles. Now, I think each of those, or for each one, there's going to be about 12 questions that you guys are answering on the worksheet. Some of them are very simple. What is the author's name? What is the title? What is the author's thesis? You paraphrase that in your own words. Some of them are a little bit trickier, like looking for things like logical fallacies. Some of those questions for your particular one may be tricky to answer because some of them, there may not be an obvious answer. But you're going to do that digging, you're going to work on that analysis, and you're going to answer all of those questions for both of the articles. Again, this is the only thing we have to do for the remainder of the semester. So there's not a huge rush, but we don't want to fall behind. So, number one, find the articles. They have to be persuasive. They have to have thesis statements or central arguments that you disagree with. Number 2, you're going to go through and do the analysis worksheet for both of those articles. Now, the final thing you're doing is it's what you guys did in groups for that last class that we had. The group counter argument that you guys wrote, it was a 1-paragraph counter argument. We used the structure that I went over in class, and that's available to you in the week 10 materials. And you guys are going to be doing that on your own now. You're going to write 1 counter argument paragraph for each of those articles that you've chosen. So by the end of the semester, you'll have 2 articles that you found. What's the matter? She just realized that she does want the treat. Hold on. Oh. Come here. Come here. You're going to... there you go. There you go. What's with her? I don't get it. You're going to find both of those articles. You're going to answer the worksheet for both of them. You're going to fill that out. That's going to be something that you submit alongside the counter argument at the end of the semester. For those 2 counter arguments, they shouldn't be extremely long, because remember, we're just trying to write 1 paragraph of counter argument for each of the articles. So they should be max about 250 to 300 words for each of those. So the whole thing is going to be submitted in week 15. But as you are working through this, I encourage you to email me with any questions that you may have. If you're having trouble finding articles, or if you find an article but you're not sure that it's going to work for this assignment, feel free to run it by me, and I will try to give you some advice on that. The assignment is worth 25%, so it's a big chunk of our mark. It's a big assignment. Some of you guys have pointed out correctly that that doesn't quite bring us to 100% for the semester. With the assignments that you guys have already done, plus the final assignment that we're doing, that only brings us to 75%. That's true. Unfortunately, because I was sick one day and because of this whole mess with COVID-19, the fact that we can't get to class, we're not going to be completing all of the assignments for this semester. Instead of going over new things, teaching you guys new stuff, at this point I really believe that our best bet is to focus on the skills that we have, try to make them as solid as we can, and to finish this last assignment. Having said that, out of 75%, that's what I'm going to calculate your grade based on. So let's say that you end the semester and you have 60 marks out of 75. Well, 60 out of 75, if we do the math, that works out to be, I believe, about 80%. If you end up with 50 marks out of 75, well, that's about 66.6666 repeating, so you'll end up with 67%. If you end up with 70 out of 75, I would need a calculator to figure that out exactly, but that's going to be somewhere around 90%. So whatever the mark is, whatever your total is not going to be an accurate representation of the percentage grade you're going to get for your final grade. I will calculate the grade depending on what you've been getting, depending on what the total is out of 75. So a better indicator in terms of your current grade, in terms of what your actual grade will be, is whatever grades you've been getting on those assignments. If you've been getting 8.5, 8 out of 10, then there's a good chance you will end up with an 80 and 85%. But that partly depends on how you do on this final assignment. So, one more time, just to be completely clear, we want to find 2 articles. We want to make sure that they are persuasive articles. In other words, they're articles that are making an argument, that have a thesis, that have a claim they're trying to prove. And we need to make sure that ultimately these are claims, they're arguments that we disagree with. Because again, if we choose articles that we fundamentally agree with, it's not going to work out. We're not going to be able to make a counter argument of that. Once you've got those articles figured out, you can take your time, but we want to go through and do a thorough analysis, just like we've been doing in class, using the materials from class, where we look at things like an ethos analysis, a pathos analysis, and a logos analysis. In order to do this, you guys are going to fill out the worksheet that I've provided. That doesn't have to be extremely in-depth. I'm not looking for full paragraphs on that, full sentences. That can be point form. What I'm looking for is just that you're actually thinking through these issues and doing the analysis. This is going to help you do the big part, the final part of the assignment, which is 2 counter-argument paragraphs, 1 for each of the articles. I'll do another video as we get a little further along and as you guys get closer to writing the counter argument. So for now, find the articles and start working on the worksheet. If you're having trouble with this, if you're worried about it, please let me know. You guys have been amazing students this semester. I'm really proud of all the work you've done, and I'm trying to finish this class off in a way that is fair to you guys, that does an accurate job of testing these skills that we've developed, but I still want everyone to be able to do well. So, you've got your orders. We've got time to work on it. Please let me know if you have any questions. Finally, here's Lupa one more time. She seems very bewildered by this whole thing. Take care, guys. Stay safe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.